The night begins quiet. Snow drifts like ash under yellow streetlights. Christmas Eve hums with distant carols and sirens far away. She stands on the rooftop, breath slow. Cold air bites her lungs. Gunmetal chills her bare fingers through worn gloves. Below her, the city glows soft and careless. Windows blink with trees and tinsel. People believe tonight is safe. Inside the command room, laughter erupts. The captain grins too wide. His boots smell of spilled beer and arrogance. "Lighten up," he says. The can cracks open. Brown foam splashes down her hair. Ice-cold Coke runs into her eyes. Sugar sticks to her lashes. Laughter hits harder than the liquid. Her jaw tightens. She swallows rage like broken glass. Years of service burn behind her ribs. She says nothing. Legends don't beg. Legends remember. Outside, the wind carries a new sound. Not bells. Not laughter. A sharp metallic click echoes from the alley below. Her spine stiffens. The world narrows to angles and shadows. She wipes her eyes with a trembling sleeve. Sweet syrup stains her skin. The scope comes alive. Through the glass, she sees them. Men in dark coats. Hands too steady. Her pulse thunders in her ears. She smells oil and cold steel. Christmas lights blur into targets. In the comms, panic breaks through. Multiple hostiles. Unknown count. The captain stops laughing. She exhales once. The rifle settles like an old friend. Every muscle remembers its purpose. A child's laugh floats up from the street. Too close. Too late. Her finger rests on the trigger. The city holds its breath. Her finger tightens. Not yet. She scans left. Fire escape rattling in the wind. A shadow moves where it should not. The radio crackles again. Voices overlap. Fear finally reaches the captain. "Sniper," he says, softer now. "We need eyes." She almost laughs. Almost. Below, one man checks his watch. Another loads a magazine with calm hands. No rush. That scares her most. She tastes sugar and blood on her lip. Her heart slows the way it always does. Training takes over. Crosshairs settle on a chest. Rise. Fall. She hears the city breathing. A bus hissing to a stop. A dog barking once, then silence. Her mind flashes back. Desert heat. A different Christmas. A different scream. "Permission to engage," she says. Her voice steady. Professional. The room goes quiet. Too quiet. The captain hesitates. Guilt flickers across his face. He knows he crossed a line. Down below, a man looks up. Right at her position. Too sharp. Her pulse spikes. Muscles lock. This is it. The child's laughter stops. Footsteps scatter. Someone yells. The man raises his weapon. Not at her. At the crowd. She squeezes the trigger. The rifle kicks her shoulder hard. The sound cracks the night open. Glass shatters somewhere. People scream. Sirens ignite all at once. She cycles the bolt. Targets move now. Fast. "Good hit," someone whispers in her ear. But she doesn't answer. More shapes emerge from the dark. Too many. This was never a joke. Her scope fogs for half a second. Cold breath. Sticky hair. She wipes it clear. Teeth clenched. No room for mistakes. Below, a man reaches for a detonator. Her heart slams against her ribs. Christmas lights flicker wildly. She lines up the shot. Wind shifts. Time stretches thin. And somewhere behind her, a door opens softly on the rooftop. Footsteps crunch on frost behind her. Slow. Careful. She does not turn. Turning costs seconds. Seconds kill people. The detonator glints below. Red plastic. A thumb hovering. Her breath fogs the scope again. She forces it down. In through the nose. The footsteps stop. Someone is watching her back. She feels it in her spine. "Don't move," a voice whispers. Male. Unsteady. Her mind splits cleanly in two. One half tracks the target. The other catalogs betrayal. The city smells like exhaust and pine. Christmas trees piled by the curb. Innocents waiting to burn. Down below, the man smiles. He knows something she doesn't. That smile chills her more than the cold. The captain's voice cracks in her ear. "Status. Talk to me." She doesn't answer. Jaw locked. Eyes wet, not from coke now. Behind her, a safety clicks off. Metal kissing metal. Too close. Her finger trembles once. She steadies it with anger. With memory. A woman screams on the street. Someone trips. Someone falls hard. The detonator hand starts to press. Just a millimeter. Just enough. Her rifle wavers in the wind. Heart hammering. Time collapsing inward. She thinks of the laugh. The cold splash. The years of silence. She whispers, almost to herself, "Not tonight." The rooftop shadow shifts. The man behind her inhales sharply. Decision hangs in the air. Below, the thumb moves. Above, the trigger tightens. And the first Christmas bell rings. The bell cuts through her skull. Clear. Wrong. The detonator thumb freezes. Just for a heartbeat. Fear flickers there. She takes the gift. Pressure smooth. Control absolute. The shot tears the silence apart. Sharper than the first. Closer. The man below jerks backward. Red sprays across white snow. The detonator skids across concrete. Cheers do not come. Only screams. Only chaos. "Device down," she says. Her voice shakes now. Just a little. Behind her, the rifle does not lower. The man breathes hard. Sweat and cheap cologne cut through the cold. "You weren't supposed to see me," he whispers. Her shoulders tense. Muscles screaming to turn. She still does not. On the street, people scatter like birds. Car alarms wail. Christmas lights go dark one block at a time. The captain starts shouting orders. Too late. Always too late. She feels the barrel press into her jacket. Right between her shoulders. A promise of fire. "Who sent you?" she asks quietly. Silence answers first. Then a breath. Then a laugh she recognizes. Not loud. Not cruel. Nervous. Her stomach drops. That laugh belongs to the room upstairs. To spilled coke and applause. Below, another shadow moves. Then another. This was only the beginning. Her finger eases off the trigger. Her heart does not. Snow keeps falling. Soft. Uncaring. And behind her, the captain says her name. He says her name like an apology. Like a threat. The sound crawls under her skin. Familiar. Rotten. She finally turns her head an inch. Just enough to see the reflection. Helmet visor. Wide eyes. His finger trembles on the trigger. Power never taught him courage. "You embarrass me," he whispers. Voice cracking. "Had to remind you who's in charge." Below them, boots pound pavement. More hostiles. More guns. Her radio explodes with shouting. Units scrambling. Civilians trapped. She smells fear now. Not hers. His. "You dumped coke on a soldier," she says. "On a rooftop. During a live op." Snow melts on her neck. Cold rivulets slide under her collar. Her spine stays straight. He swallows hard. The barrel digs deeper. Too close to shoot clean. A flash erupts on the street. Not a gunshot. Something worse. Heat rolls upward. Orange light paints the buildings. People scream again. Her eyes snap back to the scope. New target. Moving fast. She could end this behind her. One motion. One elbow. But the rifle at her back stays steady. For now. The captain's voice shakes. "Stand down," he says. To her. To himself. Sirens drown out the carols. Snow turns gray in the air. Her finger returns to the trigger. Her pulse finds a new rhythm. She whispers, "Choose carefully." Because on the street below, another detonator appears in a gloved hand. The second detonator catches the firelight. Small. Deadly. Her vision sharpens until it hurts. Every edge clear. Every mistake unforgivable. "Two devices," she says into the radio. Voice iron flat. No room for panic. The captain curses under his breath. The sound betrays him. He knows he lost control long ago. Behind her, his weapon wavers. A fraction. Enough to matter. On the street, a man shouts in a foreign tongue. Orders barked. Time collapsing fast. She smells burning plastic now. And something sweet. Not sugar. A woman sobs somewhere below. A child calls for his father. Christmas shatters completely. Her shoulder aches from recoil. Her jaw aches from restraint. Her patience is gone. "You pull that trigger," she says quietly, "and no one remembers your name kindly." He breathes ragged. Power draining. Fear taking its place. The second bomber raises his arm. Crowd packed tight behind him. No clean angle. Her scope tracks the wrist. The elbow. The narrow space between lives. Wind gusts hard. Snow whips sideways. The shot becomes a gamble. Her finger sweats on cold metal. Heartbeat counting down. 1. The captain whispers, "Don't." She ignores him. She always has when it mattered. The bomber starts to run. People scream and scatter. Too slow. She inhales. Locks her core. Commits. Behind her, the captain screams her name. Too loud. Too late. Her trigger begins to move. The trigger breaks clean. The rifle bucks. Pain blooms in her shoulder. The shot clips bone. Not enough. Never enough. The bomber stumbles. Detonator still in hand. Finger tightening in panic. Her breath catches. This was the risk. This was always the risk. Behind her, the captain shouts something ugly. Orders. Excuses. She cycles the bolt on instinct. Steel slides. Time screams. On the street, people fall over each other. Shoes skid on ice. Someone is trampled. She smells smoke thicker now. Electrical. Wrong. The bomber looks up. Eyes wide. Locked on hers through distance and chaos. He knows her now. Knows what she is. The detonator slips in his bloody grip. Bounces once. Spins. Her scope hunts it desperately. Too small. Too fast. Behind her, the rifle presses harder. The captain is shaking. He's lost. "You do this," he snarls, "and you burn with me." Her mind goes still. Clearer than it's ever been. No fear left. She thinks of every laugh swallowed. Every order obeyed. Every life saved quietly. Below, a hand dives for the detonator. Not the bomber's. Someone else's. A civilian. Bare hands. No idea. Her breath stops completely. The crosshairs freeze. Snow keeps falling. Sirens scream closer. The city balances on a knife edge. And for the first time tonight, she doesn't know which trigger will end it all. The civilian's fingers close around the device. skin pale against red plastic. A mistake born of courage. She wants to shout. Her throat locks. Sound would be too slow anyway. "Drop it," she whispers. Not into the radio. Into the night itself. The man looks confused. Hero and victim in the same breath. Snow sticks to his eyelashes. Behind her, the captain's breathing turns wild. He smells like panic now. Like fear soaked into uniform. His barrel trembles. Sweat drips onto her collar. Warm against the cold. "Stand down," he begs. The word cracks in half. On the street, the bomber laughs weakly. Blood on his teeth. Victory already tasted. The civilian turns the device over. Searching for sense. Finding none. Her finger hovers between shots. Angles collapse. Options die. She hears her own heartbeat. Loud as gunfire. Slow as judgment. A police cruiser skids into view. Lights strobe red and blue. Too close. The detonator emits a sound. Soft. Electronic. The captain stiffens behind her. His finger tightens without thinking. Reflex, not reason. She shifts her weight an inch. Calculating pain. Calculating survival. Below, the civilian looks up. Eyes meet the scope. Trust flickers there. Snowflakes land on the detonator. Melt instantly. Her muscles quill. Her mind empties. Everything narrows to now. And in the freezing air between them all, the device begins to count down. The sound is barely there. A faint digital chirp. Too calm for what it means. 5 seconds feels like a lifetime. Like nothing at all. The civilian's eyes widen. Understanding crashes in. Too late. "No!" she breathes. The word tears at her chest. Useless. Behind her, the captain's finger tightens. He's lost the room. Lost himself. She moves. Not fast. Precise. Her heel shifts on thrust. Balance changes. Pain prepares to arrive. The captain shouts her name again. Cracked. Desperate. Below, the bomber smiles through blood. This is what he wanted. This moment. The countdown ticks louder now. Not in sound. In her head. She smells burned wire. Ozone. Cold sweat. The civilian drops the detonator. It hits the ground. Does not stop. Red and blue lights wash the street. Police yelling. Guns raised. Someone fires from below. Wild. Panicked. The shot echoes up the buildings. The captain flinches. That's the opening. Small. Enough. Her body reacts before permission. Elbow back. Hard. Air leaves his lungs in a grunt. The rifle slips. Not far. Her shoulder explodes with pain. The weapon discharges. The bullet vanishes into the night. She spins. Too close for sights. Too close for mercy. Their eyes meet. Once. Long enough. Below them, the countdown reaches its final tone. High. Unforgiving. Snow keeps falling. The city screams. And her finger tightens again. Not knowing. Which choice still saves anyone. The final tone stretches. Thin. Endless. Her world fractures into sound and motion. Metal clattering. Breath tearing from lungs. She drives forward. Shoulder first. Pure instinct. The captain stumbles back. Boot skids on ice. Eyes wide with shock. His rifle scrapes concrete. Useless for half a second. Below, the detonator flashes. Once. Twice. She grabs his vest. Fabric rough under frozen fingers. His weight surprises her. "Please," he gasps. Not an order now. A confession. Her jaw locks. Muscles scream. She feels every bruise coming. The bomber on the street starts laughing again. Hysterical. Certain. The countdown accelerates. Or maybe that's her heart. Police shout commands that no one hears. People scatter with nowhere left to run. She smells cordite. Sweat. Fear so thick it tastes bitter. The captain claws at her arm. Desperation makes him strong. Cowardice makes him clumsy. She forces him back another inch. Another. The edge yawns behind him. Wind roars up the building face. Cold. Hungry. Below, the civilian dives away. Too slow. Still too close. The detonator's light goes solid. No blinking now. Her grip slips. Skin against ice. Pain flares white. The captain looks past her. Down to the street. Understanding finally lands. "Wait," he says. Snowflakes whip sideways. Sirens wail in unison. The city holds its breath. And in that suspended instant, with the edge at her back, and the device screaming below, she has time for exactly one more move. She chooses without thinking. Because thinking is too slow. Her knee drives up. Hard. Final. The captain's breath leaves him in a broken sound. His grip loosens. Eyes empty of command. Gravity takes him. Not fast. Not yet. Below, the detonator screams its last warning. Sharp. Merciless. She shoves. Everything she has left. Anger. Duty. Years of silence. His body tips backward. Arms flailing. A man finally out of control. The rooftop edge bites at her ribs. Wind tears at her hair. For a heartbeat, she's falling too. Her fingers catch concrete. Skin rips. Pain anchors her. The captain disappears from her sight. A scream swallowed by sirens. By distance. On the street, the bomber's laughter dies. Something changes in his eyes. Too late. The light on the detonator burns white. No numbers now. Just inevitability. She drags herself forward. Back to the rifle. Back to purpose. Her hands shake. Then steady. One last time. She finds the device in the scope. Too close to people. Too close to hope. Her breath slows anyway. Like she taught it to. Like it always obeys. Snow falls thicker. Soft over chaos. Soft over screams. Her finger tightens. Her heart slams. And just as the world reaches the breaking point, just before sound becomes fire, everything goes. Blindingly. White. The white fades into silence. Not death. After. Snow drifts through smoke. Soft again. Gentle, like it forgot the violence. Her ears ring. Her body aches everywhere at once. But she is breathing. She opens her eyes. Concrete above her. Sky still there. The blast crater smolders below. Metal twisted. Fire already dying. No bodies move near the device. No screaming. Just stunned quiet. She pushes herself up. Hands bleeding. Still steady. Sirens surround the building now. Red and blue wash over everything. Order returning slowly. On the street, people hug strangers. A woman sobs into a man's coat. A child clings to a police officer's leg. Lives intact. Shaken. Alive. She exhales for the first time in minutes. It comes out broken. Human. A medic reaches her. Eyes wide when he recognizes her. "The sniper," he whispers. She nods once. Nothing more. Below, the bomber is gone. The second device is nothing but ash. Christmas survives. Someone drapes a blanket over her shoulders. It smells like wool and smoke. Warmth sinks in. She looks at the edge of the rooftop. Empty now. Wind passing through where a man fell. No triumph. No smile. Only a quiet weight lifting. The city breathes again. Carols return from somewhere far away. Fragile, earned. Snow keeps falling, covering blood, covering footprints. And as dawn hints at the horizon, she disappears down the stairwell. Unapplauded, unrecognized. A legend walking back into the cold, knowing that on this Christmas Eve, laughter failed, power fell, and lives were saved, because she chose to stand.